Hey guys, how you guys doing? Today we have a new TFT video, a new death drop about the new TFT set. It's called Magic and Mayhem. I actually didn't play like a lot of the last one, mainly because I had a lot of work and it got just so busy and like I just didn't have time. But for this one, I definitely am gonna try to play more of because it does sound more interesting. And now we have Moot Dog with us, in the beginning from the video, which is it's always cool. He's such a good guy. Um, yeah. Let's just get right into it. Hang on a minute. Okay. Just making sure. Right. Yeah, let's just get right into it. Cool. I'm actually very excited for this set a lot. Can't wait to see how the new legendaries and stuff.
Want a pastry?
Thanks.
The guy died.
Hey Tacticians, Sam here. I'm the set lead for Magic and Mayhem. Whimsical and hectic twist on the world of magic. In the Magitorium, all types of magic are welcome. And our champions have harnessed
Oh, that's
an
Bolt up there?
incredible variety. Now,
That dragon
they're
flying
ready to
around.
test their magical might on the battlefield, so I hope you are too.
Okay, let's get into it.
In Magic and Mayhem, specialize in whatever form of magic tickles your fancy. We've got fire magic, ice magic, witch magic, all your standard magics. But there's also mayhem, so let's get chaotic. First things first, bees.
Oh wow.
Fancy champions summon tiny untargeted
Honeymancy, I love it already.
swarming their enemies with sheer numbers. The Honeymancy roster may make for a go-to reroll comp, but with the charm
I'm about to say, yeah, it looks like a reroll combo if I have seen one.
A total buzzkill for your lob bees in the late game.
Looks gonna be oh, even late game,
You
okay.
heard me right.
Cool.
It's charm stacking, which will make a lot more sense later, I promise. If you've got a sweet tooth, we've got the perfect trait for you. Sugar crafters build a cake filled with power and treats by collecting sugar for each item component you're taking.
Okay, this is kinda like the
Each layer you bake will power up sugar crafters
trying to
with
think about
secret
it.
stats. When the cake is finished, more rewards are sure to come. With
Yeah, it's
late-game
like one of
scaling,
those
all
like
you need is fructose
war
and glucose,
trades.
and your opponent is toast. Piece of cake.
But it's gonna be based off win or loss
Chocolate
streak,
is
I
one of my
bet.
favorites. A lot of people on the team say it freaks them out, but I don't really get why. Anyway,
I like how fun they have
this traits
bees.
as cuddly friends. And if you hit 9 Eldritch, the biggest, cuddliest friend of all comes
Ah, cool. I love when they
Fire
make
will
ones
your
like
TFT
that.
debut as the 5-cost for Eldritch, and she's hungry as ever. for
Nice, let's
friendship
go.
And blood. Satiate her hunger with your player health, and you'll grant
Oh
her
yeah,
Plus, she'll deal more damage the lower your tactician health is. Win-win.
cool.
We're also welcoming Smolder to the convergence
Let's
for the
go.
first time
So that
as
was
a
him.
5
Cool.
cost for our dragon trait. This little 80 carry will fly around the battlefield, attacking the nearest enemy and dropping fireballs from above. Dragon will also bring back Chevalier
He's gonna be so annoying.
and Namzi from Dragonlance as a 1-cost with a fiery sneeze. Dragon's attacks and abilities burn and wound, and if you can field all 3 of them, the power of their fiery friendship will upgrade all of their abilities. Then there's Witchcraft, whose units curse enemies with their abilities, making them lose a portion of their max health, take extra damage from witches, and eventually transform them into frogs. The 5-cost Queen of Witchcraft is also Queen of the Bats. Morgana sends out bats that seek nearby enemies, dealing extra damage if those enemies are low health. When her pretties kill an enemy, they have a chance to abduct it, granting a 1-star copy or one of their item components. Let the
That's cool.
mapping begin. I think we have time for a couple more spoilers. The chrono trait starts a countdown, sped up each time a chrono champion casts.
Kind of
Once the
fair.
countdown completes, your team will restore a portion of their health. But at later breakpoints, the trait has the power to
So I
stop
guess
time
time
for all
magic.
chrono units, or even chrono break all your units back to max health. Whoa! I wasn't done here. I haven't even talked about the chrono units yet. Karma will be your go-to AP carry, taking up heaps
Cool.
of damage over time, while the 5-cost Camille creates a zone where she can bend time and her opponents to her will. To bring the time magic fantasy of Chrono to the Convergence, we're looking to the stars with Wild Rift's Stargazer skill.
Oh, that's so
Solo from Arcane,
cool.
T-Hex from Legends of Runeterra, we're always excited for timely collabs.
That's so crazy. I love how they're doing that more between like their games now.
But like I
And
mentioned
those are like
earlier,
exclusive
we still need
skins
to talk about
basically to Wild
charms.
Rift. And that looks so good
Alicia,
too.
Give our friends the scoop.
Alright. This is making me really happy though. I think it looks really cool.
The game designer behind this set's mechanic, charms. I'm here with Alicia Loring, who helped us make charms a reality in-game.
Charmed to meet you. I'm Alicia, the UX lead for TFT.
Charms are magical abilities that you can purchase from the shop once per round from anywhere from 20-ish gold to completely free. They do a whole
cool.
host of wild and wacky things, but their power is tied to the cost and the stage to become available.
And it takes up a
You'll only be able
card
to buy
slot.
one per
Okay.
round, despite seeing multiple if you roll enough. So you'll want to pick the one that's most useful to you at any given moment. Let's talk through some examples, starting with a simple one. Phantom Gloves. For 3 gold, you'll get a temporary Thief's Gloves until the end of your next player combat.
Is it really a thief's gloves if you don't get to keep it? A more big brain example comes from the Copycat charm, which grants you a 1-star copy of the first enemy champion to die during the next player combat. There are also charms that appear during the mid-game when you have a bit more gold, but you're still tinkering with your strategy. Reclamation is a cheap charm that breaks apart items on bench champions for a round.
Cool.
Combat-oriented charms are likely to appear during the mid-game as well. Earthquake stuns your opponent's board for 2 seconds at the start of combat, while Silver Guard makes your team immune to crowd control for the first few seconds of the fight. Talk about a hard counter.
Later in the game, you'll get offered more expensive and powerful charms, like Spawn Swarm, which for 8 gold will make it so your dying champs spawn a small voidling. Gross. All 5s, a medium price charm, will immediately re-roll your shop into all 5 costs. It's perfect for
That's
taking
awesome.
screenshots to show your friends.
Oh,
just
melee is
how
a
lucky
5
you are.
cost. That's awesome.
Lastly, we have Ascendant Charms, which come from Xerath, a 5-cost Arcana champion with the unique Ascendant trait. Xerath, whose ability launches a barrage of arcane blasts at enemies, can grant you access to charms like the Tower, which summons a large target dummy for a round that strikes enemies with lightning. Or the Sun, which
Xerath
will
was gonna
grant
be
you a
so
support
annoying, I
anvil
bet.
and an artifact anvil. With all these exciting
This
late-game
gave me
charms, we
Ace
expect to see
for
some
vibes when he was a
crazy fun 1 2 or
Tempest.
3 player fights, as
He
players
shot those
desperately charm roll to eke
electric
out just one
things
placement
at
better.
people.
When the team came up with charms, we had to figure out just how to make them make sense in the game. My personal approach is that UX should feel like magic. It should fade into the background and feel like a natural extension of your powers as a tactician in the Convergence. You can see this philosophy at work with recommended items, augments and armory interfaces, or our favorite memory enhancer, the Team Planner. But for charms, we wanted to deliver something a little more delightful. When you buy a charm, it will follow your tactician around and show everyone in the lobby what type of magic you've got your hands on. And we're always
Okay,
looking for
that's
more
interesting.
ways to level up the overall TFT experience.
A bit more
So we're also
tactical,
working
so
on
people can just look at
quality
you,
of
see
life
what you're
improvements
doing.
like new stats, or even ways to add more portals
And they
to
can plan
TFT.
around it. That's
With
awesome.
that, let's portal over to cosmetics.
The new arena is.
Hi everyone, I'm
Oh God, is there gonna be another $200 one?
and we have a ton of
Close
new
to what
content for Magic
I'm
and
saying.
Mayhem to share with you. This is our biggest chibi drop yet, and we're starting with a little shock and awe.
Very
Chibi
cool.
Misfortune and Chibi Battle Bunny Misfortune hit the Convergence at
Makes
the start
sense.
of the set, just a few hours into patch 14.15.
Oh my God, these finishers are getting really
Looking for
advanced now.
something a bit edgier? How about the Shadow Clone Assassin Gone Galactic? Chibi Galaxy Slayer Z brings a finisher that will leave your opponent gray screen alongside an entire planet in the process.
They're really good, I can't lie.
Buttery, flaky goodness, Prestige Chibi Cafe Cuties Gwen will make her debut. She'll release with a widescreen
Prestige? They're making prestige versions of them now?
She also
Spot
has her own
shorts.
finisher, full of cute poses that will show you just what she's cooking. Spoiler alert, it's you. For those of you who want the full cafe experience, we're eager to serve. Or at least,
They made
start
this
walking
game
Café Bonnie's
so
lawn.
cute.
They
Oh
buzz
my
you around the
god.
arena, serving croissants and sweeping up
That's
spills.
it's
But
just
if you
so
start sweeping the
adorable.
floor
I
with your
can't.
opponents, they'll swap their broomsticks for glow sticks and become your own personal cheerleaders.
Wow.
Get a win streak going and, well, this happens. Lastly, a collaboration with an NA content creator who you probably know from his bootcamp. If you need another hint, check out this boom. The Bootcamp Boom will be available for all BoxBox Bootcamp and community participants for free during the bootcamp.
I'm not
Will be
gonna
later
lie, I
added
don't know
to
who
the
that
official shop for
it
everyone
is.
to get in on the cubicle cardboard action. That's it for cosmetics for now. There'll be a few more new tacticians and of course a new pass. But you have
Cool,
to wait till later
cool.
to check those out.
Awesome.
For now, let's see what the rest of the team is cooking up.
Hello, my name is Right X Tina.
Oh,
and
is
I'm
this
the
next
program manager for
revival?
TFT's events and set revivals. Before I reveal what we have in
Please
store for you today, I
bring
want to share
back.
some insights on our first set revival, Galaxies. Though we've shipped totally new game modes before, we weren't certain that set revivals would resonate with players. I mean, did players really want to get blitz hooked every game again? Obviously not.
I
That's
miss
why
my
you
Lee
have to
Sin
scout,
duelist.
but you
My
never,
divine
ever,
duelist Lee
ever
Sin. Bring him
pivot.
back, please.
Sorry, I got caught up in nostalgia. And so did many of our players. On its launch weekend, the Galaxy Survival made up almost half of total game hours. It's no wonder that mech units were 3-starred 2,344,741 times. So, we're reviving another mid-set during Magic and Mayhem. This one will bring back fan favorites like Hellion, Abomination Scion, Vertical Legionnaire, and of course, our first legendary unit that costs 6 player health instead of gold. Yep, I'm talking Teemo. Reckoning Dawn of Heroes was the mid-set for our 5th set and has a reputation of being one of TFT's biggest comeback stories. The set introduced mechanics that have become core parts of TFT, like radiant items, armories, divine blessing, all of which have inspired various portals, augments, and more. We're adding a few updates,
Cool.
some of which are certain to surprise even our most dedicated Reckoning players. But we're not stopping at in-game updates. We heard that players wanted more, and this time, we'll also be adding progression outside of the game that will be specifically for the revival. The Dawn of Heroes revival will be out for 3 patches, starting patch 14.19,
Okay, that's
just a few patches
cool.
into Magic and Mayhem. Okay, I've got to wrap this up, but expect more information after Magic and Mayhem goes live.
Awesome. Good. This is looking good.
Hey everyone, Sherman here with an esports update before we do our last Magic and Mayhem spoiler. We've just finished our first set with our new competitive model. We're filming this in early May, well ahead of the Inkborn Fables Tactician's Crown. Last year, we brought our first ever TFT Open to Las Vegas. It was a huge opportunity to see the
I
Western
need to start
Fables
watching these more. I feel like I
come to
might be entertained by them.
life. This year, I'm excited to announce that
And they're
next
not
TFT Open
clearly as
is headed to
action-packed as
Macau,
the
December 13th
normal
through the 15th.
championships.
Similar to how last year's
Also,
Open
I'm sorry
was
if you guys
played on
heard
the
that.
second
I
patch
hit
of
my
Magic's
mic.
Rumble, the Macau Open will be played on our next set when it's still fresh. But don't wait to start prepping. Your ranking for Magic and Mayhem will determine your registration order for the Open. We're doing our
Cool.
snapshot on September 2nd, with ticket sales releasing later that week in a bracketed order based upon your rank. Tactician's Crown participants from Runeterra Reforged through Inkborn Fables will get first dibs. Challenger players will get access a day later, Grandmaster and Masters players the following day, and the
And then
remaining
so on.
competitor tickets plus general admission tickets will be released the day after that. Wow, that was a lot of info, but don't worry. If you need this in writing too, we just published an article with more info on the dates, ticket sales, and format. And for once, I'm not last. Peter, take it away.
Hello everyone, Peter Whalen here. The last time we checked in, Mort and I shared our new 3-set-a-year model. You all have been super excited about this.
3 set a
and
year.
It's awesome that we're now living in this world. With 3 sets a year, we have 3 pods working on a longer timeline to deliver higher quality content. At this point, we've learned a lot about what good looks like, from mechanics to traits, all the way to thematics. We're committed to
I
investing
think
in
the
stuff that
remix was
makes each
probably my
set
favorite.
feel
I love the
special,
music
like
one.
fun and unique portals, augments, and evergreen systems like items. Shout out to the 20 new artifacts released earlier in Inkborn Fables. We're also focused on the first 10 to 30 hours of a TFT player's experience. Learning the ropes of a deep, strategic, and fast-paced game is incredibly rewarding, but it shouldn't feel demoralizing. We're not quite ready to share just how we're looking to better this experience, but we can assure you that not only will this be good for new players, but also for you, our current players. Just think about how much easier it could be to get your friends into TFT and help your double up climb. We've come a long way from summoners flooding the entire board with particle effects, or Ash accidentally firing a crystal arrow into a board far, far away. And with that, thank you so much for being a part of the TFT journey. TFT would not be the same without you, because together, we are TFT, and our future is bright. Oh, and before I forget, I think it's time to let the cat owner out of the bag. Thanks to our friends on Legends of Runeterra, we're bringing Yumi's owner to TFT.
Noah!
Everyone's
Wow, no
favorite
way.
portal-popping Yordle
I was wondering if they're gonna add more exclusive people.
in our portal trait. The trait is the perfect match for Nora. The only thing she loves
That's
more
so
than tea,
cool.
cats, and magic is when all of those things fall out of a portal at random. The trait shields portal units and then ejects random stuff throughout combat. We're talking about things like Ziggs bombs that deal magic damage, Horo snacks that heal your allies, maybe even a wild Krug. We can't have Nora without her feline companion. Nora's legendary explorer trait brings Yumi along for the ride.
Cool,
Yumi will
cool.
fly around on Book, helping out her friends and using her ability when Nora casts hers. There's lots more magic and mayhem to discover. So
This
be sure
set
to
looks
check
like
out
a lot of
Nora
fun,
and the rest of
guys.
the
I don't
roster
know.
when the set goes live with patch 14.15 on July 30th.
That's
See
the
you
end of
then.
the month. That's after my birthday. Alright. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Wow. Alright. I'm very excited for that set. I can't wait to play it.